Alex from Evolve Self-Defense and Krav Maga here in Boone. I'm here with Letty, and we're going to be talking about how to be harder to hurt when you're in the middle of a fight. Now, a couple things before the fight. Yes, don't be in sketchy situations with sketchy people, but shit happens. So if you're in a fight, here are some tips on how to make it harder for them to do damage to you as you're doing damage to them. Okay. Now, one thing is going to be trying to keep the hands up, as well as the shoulders up and the chin tucked down. Okay, so I want to be like a turtle in my shell, basically. Okay, so this is way different than just keeping my hands up, because here my neck is exposed, my chin is exposed. If I can keep these up, whether it's before the fight or as I'm striking, it's going to make it way harder. If she throws something at me from here, right, it might be hitting, my skull or my shoulder or whatever, but it's not going to be clocking me in the chin like she could hit me right here, right? So we keep those shoulders up, the chin tucked down, and that's going to make our head a little bit safer. Another thing is we're going to try to recoil those strikes back and maintain the inside position here, okay? So I would like to keep my elbows where I could keep her body back if I needed to. So if she tries to charge in at me here, I can use what we call the seat belt across her body to try to keep her weight back. So I'm using a structural defense from my elbow to my shoulder. So it's structure rather than like strength trying to keep her back. This is helpful for smaller people to use structure rather than strength. Okay, so I keep that inside position. I don't let my strikes hang out here so that I can always address a charge coming at me, right? Okay, so one other thing is going to be recoil. So if I'm throwing a kick or a knee or whatever, I want to be pulling my foot back really quickly. So if I strike in here, boom, I'm pulling it straight back here, so I'm not leaving that up there for a while and opening myself up to getting taken down or tackled or whatever it is. We're also not throwing high kicks for the same reason. Okay. Last thing we're going to talk about here is trying to get outside the elbows. So if we're fighting here, right, if I'm in front of her, yes, try to keep that seatbelt to make sure they don't get in on you. But if at all possible, I want to try to work to outside the elbows to give myself a power advantage here. From here, I have all my weapons available and she does not. Okay, so if I can get outside the elbows to what we call the dead side, then I can strike more than she can strike, and that's really helpful for if it's a bigger person or whatever it is. I can use that to keep myself a little bit safer as I'm doing damage. We don't want to have to be defensive all the time. We want to be able to do damage in that fight quickly, but protect ourselves as we're doing it. Okay. Remember, these videos are no substitute for actually getting in there and training. So make sure that you touch hands with someone and work this stuff. Practice it, because it's not going to come out of you in the most stressful situation of your life if you've never actually done it before. Thanks for watching.